Hi guys, it's Janet with Fruit of the Vine Art Studio here, and it's Wednesday at 8, and I figured I'd come on and do a little painting with you tonight. I've got this cute little cutout here of here, let me take care of this real quick. Turn that sound off right there. Okay, so I can see what's going on over there. I've got this cute little cutout here of a cup of coffee or a latte or something delicious. And that's what I thought we would paint tonight. We were just going to take this and go ahead and paint it. I already got a little sketch on here on what I'm going to do. So my phone's a little wonky, turned sideways. I can't get my thing to hold it right, so I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing here. And it'll hold it by pushing it against the side right there, and that'll make it hold on better. So there we go. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. Thank you for joining me. This is just going to be a little door hanger cut out here. Let's see, are you going to be able to see all of it? I might have to tilt you down even further. I don't know if I can get it to tilt down further. I'm looking over here at the computer. It's got about a 10-second lag here. All right, that looks like what I'm supposed to be looking at right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get out a little bit. I've got my paints already here. I'm going to use some cherry cobbler, some bright magenta, and some pink parfait. A little bit of black and a little bit of white. Let's see, I got me some waters over here. Let me pour that in my cup so we can get started. And I'm just going to start with painting the whole cup background here, this cherry cobbler color. Just going to pour some of it right here in this little palette. That's not quite a red. It is a dark pink, actually. Cherry cobbler, it's called. And let's see, we'll just take this brush right here, and I'm going to paint this down here, this part of the cup, this darker color. I might be able to use a chip brush on that. That would do it much quicker, wouldn't it? I'm going to try to get this around the edge here as I go, too. As you pop on, I'd love for you to say something so I know you're there. Hi, Steve. I do see that you're there. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for making a comment so that I know who's with me here tonight. I appreciate that. And I'm just painting the cup part of it, this darker cherry cobbler color here. And then it'll also be up here at this part of it, too. And I'm going to stop right around here because that's going to be where the rim of the cup is. So we're just going to kind of get this right along here. On the sides, always want to get your sides done. Okay. Let's bring this up a little bit, make that easier to get to. That's a nice color. Kind of reminds you of the holiday cups from one of our coffee drink places, coffee houses. I guess we'll just call it a coffee house. I'm not going to give them any more of a plug, but they have a pretty red cup for the holidays. And this kind of has that vibe to it there. That same kind of vibe. Even though it's not really red, it is more of a pink color. But it's going to be more of a red once you see the other two pinks when we get those on here. You'll be able to see the difference in that color there, that cherry cobbler. I'm just bringing it across right here at the bottom of where the little coffee cozy goes. Little hand warmer or whatever you want to call that little thing. I think they call them a little coffee cozy. Okay, let's get a little bit more down here. There we go. Now let's flip it up here and get the sides and the bottom of it. I'm just pulling it up here, trying to concentrate. You know, sometimes I don't think about it. I stop talking, and it's not that I'm actually just concentrating on what I'm doing there. Grab that before it falls, man. There we go. That snatched that right out of midair. It's trying to go. I could feel it trying to come out of my hand there. Let's get just a little bit more of this right here on the side. Fill this in. I know it's harder for you to see what I'm doing here with it up in the air, but I'm just about to get the side of it completely covered, and then I can sit it back down here for you. And we'll just work on this little piece right here. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, I'm getting it covered. I can see it real easily from here. I don't need to lift it up in the air in order to get that part of it covered. And then we're just going to go ahead and fill this in right here above there, above the top of the cozy. We're going to make that part of the cup the same color. Just going to bring this across. Real easy like that. And I know if you joined us last night for the Winter Barn, we had a really good time, and that painting turned out so pretty. I hope you had a chance to see it on our page. If not, you might want to go over and take a look at it. That barn really turned out very, very nice. And I hope everybody that joined me had a great time, and I'd love to see some of the paintings. I know that they were beautiful. I know they turned out great, and I'm really excited about seeing them. Now we're just going to change from here. We're going to just sweep right into a light pink. I'm going to go to from this. I'm just going to bring this across right here underneath where the edging around the top of the cup would be. Kind of smooth that down just a little bit right there. All right, just like that. That's good right there. Now we're going to do a little black outlining on that too in a little bit, but for now that's fine. And let's see, I think we'll paint this area right in here on this. While we've got this brush right here, we're going to paint this back area of this candy roll. Back in there, around like that, and maybe right over in here in the middle. Just a little bit, just to give it a little variation of color. Now I'm going to rinse that off, and we're going to get our light pink out. And I'm going to use that in this background area back here. Let me get this off the brush. There we go. And we'll get this pink parfait, the pink parfait out. Sounds like something you would find on this nummy looking cup here, a pink parfait. And we're just going to take this now. I'm trying to get my sleeve up out of here. I'm afraid it's going to get in something. And we're just going to paint this whole area right here with this pink. And I've already got written in pencil what I'm going to do, and it'll still show through. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not concerned with not being able to see what I've written on there. And we're going to fill this other heart up here with the magenta pink, so that we'll have a couple of different variations on here. I'm trying to pull myself one nice line that goes across right to there. getting just a little bit. I should have given that red down here just a little bit. Just a little bit longer to dry. But for the sake of being here on Facebook and knowing that your time is valuable, you don't want to sit here all night watching me paint something. I'm going to hurry up and just get us a layer on here, and we can smooth it down in a second. Now in 2 weeks, on the 26th at 7 p.m., I'm going to be doing a cardinal on a birch branch, not a bird branch. A bird on a birch branch is really what it is. It's a little cardinal bird, and it's sitting in a birch forest on a branch in the snow. So it'll be a very easy and very cute painting when we get it done. If you're interested in that, you can go look under the events on the page and you can sign up for it there, or you can always just send me a message through Messenger. That always works for me too. Now that's on the 26th, and we'll be doing that at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So January 26th, if you're interested in doing that, if you'd like to paint a cardinal on a bird branch, then just go to the events and look for cardinal on a birch branch. I think I said bird branch again, didn't I? Cardinal on a birch branch with FOTV art. What is FOTV art? Fruit of the vine. FOTV. Fruit of the vine. Fruit of the vine art is what you're going to find it under. FOTV art. That's just... It saves a lot of typing, actually, is why I shortened it down to FOTV. That saves a whole lot of typing for you and for me each time I have to put something up. So that makes it easier, and you'll kind of find that I'm going to be using that as sort of my little catch tag. So FOTV. And I am here live, so it is sort of like TV, but not TV. It's better than TV. Well, I don't know about that either. I don't know about that at all. Okay, let's just smooth this down right here. And then while I've got this light pink, I'm going to get on the edges right here. Along the sides. Kind of smushing it on there, pushing it on real hard, real quick, trying to make sure that it's getting all covered. Okay, let's look over here on this side now and try to get it done. Just going to cover this on the edges. Not going to worry too much about it. I can see I just touched that little bit of red right there, but that's okay. It's not going to hurt it once we start putting the black outlines on it and everything. It's going to look really cute. And we're going to get it going here in just a second. There we go. Now for this, we're also going to make this, well, that's going to be pink and white. Maybe I had to paint all that white to start instead of continuing on first, because that is going to be white and does have a white background. Maybe I should do that. Let's go ahead and put this brush right over here for a moment and get us out some white paint. Let's put that right in here. Let me get it, I see, get the shape down. I need to refill this little bottle. I like to refill the little bottles and stuff, and that way I don't have all those great big bottles around me all the time, because they're all over the floor down here. Okay, so now we're going to take the white, and I don't know, let me just use this brush. I'm going to take this brush right here, and I'm going to get just a drop of plain water. Not too much, but I want to spread it out just a little bit. Thin it down just a tiny, tiny bit. Because that white is a kind of a thick white. So just adding a little bit of water to that. And I'm just going to do this whole area up here in white. Lean back a little bit here. I don't want to get it on my shirt. Even though there's quite a bit of white on here, and you might not even notice it with the way this shirt looks. Honestly, you might not notice it at all. It's got such a varied pattern. But besides not whether you notice it or not, I'm still going to try to avoid getting paint all over my shirt. As I say, you know, if you're worried about it, though, you ought to get you on a smock or put on a shirt that you're not going to be worried about getting paint on. And we're just going to cover this all with white up here at the top. Might need to add just a little more water to it, because I'm getting past where it was thinned down now. Let me just kind of fill this in. Just quick rub real quick there across. Excuse me. I didn't bring myself up a water or anything to drink tonight. I wish I had. We're just gonna keep working on this white right here. Bring it around the top here. I'll smooth that out in just a little bit when we get to detailing. And that's going to be another color pink anyway, so we're not too awfully worried about that in the first place. Now let's get a little bit more of that clear water over here. Mix that in. Just a smidge. Don't want to get it too far up. I want it on the tips of the paintbrush, not all the way up all over. And I'm just going to kind of bring it down just a little bit here to that line where the top of the cup's molding would be. Now it's got that crimped edge around the top that holds the lid. That's what we're going to put right in there. Okay, and then we need to put us some white right around the outside of this fluffy, frothy whipped cream top here. All the way around the edge of it. Let me see, I can see where it's hitting and missing spots pretty bad over here. Just kind of trying to get it in there real quick. How about over on this side too? Don't want to forget this one. Gonna do that side, you gotta do this side. This brush is taking a beating the last few paintings. It's getting all kind of super looking fuzzy and stuff. And I'm still using it though. I like this brush. I need to get me a new one. I need to get a new one, and it ain't nothing but just a old Craft Smart brush, but it's been a good brush I've used for quite a while now, actually. Okay, I got to get it up in that little area in here. That's how it gets all smooshed up, is me doing things like this with it. Taking it and abusing those bristles. Scrubbing them and rubbing them. But then again, it's a brush and it's meant to be used for painting, and heck, go get another one. I try to take care of my brushes, though. I do. I try to take care of them. I do. Try to, you know, when they get done painting, I try to wash them with some good soap. I try to take my fingers and form them back into the proper form so that they can dry properly. I always make sure that they're laying down to dry, or if they have to be in a cup, I make sure they're standing up with their bristles facing up to dry. You know, you do, if you take care of your brushes, they will last quite a while, and it doesn't take too awfully much to take care of your brushes. You just got to give them a little bit of love, a little bit of extra care sometimes. Let me get a little more white out here. I want that to be just a little bit thicker, but I'm still going to add just a drop of water to it because that is a thicker white that I'm using here than these. I've refilled that little Craft Smart bottle, but it's a thicker white that I'm using. So I'm just going to give it one more little layer here. Right along through there. And then we're going to mix just a little bit. Just the weeest bit. The weeest bit. We're going to mix just the weeest bit of it now, me folks. We're going to put just the tiniest little bit. Where is it? I don't see it. Well, I guess I won't do that then. How about we put a little bit of, we'll put some little dots on it. That's what we'll do. We'll put some dots in that across the top. I've got a little sponge dotter that we could do that with, or we could put dots on the cup itself too. We could do that. There, let me pick that up. I can see a little doggy hair. There we go. We got that off. Okay, so now we've got a straw that's going right through here. And then this is a creamy looking area right in there. So we need to add just a little bit of color to that. So I think I'm going to rinse this brush off at this point, get this brush back out. Or I could do it with this brush. I'm looking at my brushes. Which one's got more of a finer point or tip to it? Might be you. Okay. Don't want to take too much time here. I'm just drawing. We're just going to make a straw going across right here that's got stripes on it. So we're going to take this and bring it around just like that. And then we're going to come down a little ways. Do the same thing again. Maybe turn this over and get a little more pink. We'll give it an outline in a moment here, but for now, we're just getting the shape of it. Going down through here. Bring this down right here. Make another swipe of the pink right across through here. And then this actually has a curve that's going to go right along there. But that's all we need for that for the moment. And then we're going to go and get some of this magenta out. We're going to take the magenta now and just use this same brush with the pink already on it, the light pink. It's not going to hurt nothing. We're going to fill in this roll right here. Comes over just like this behind the straw. It's a sweet little candy roll sticking up out of there, and we'll also give that more detail in just a moment when we get the black going. But for now, we're just going to bring this right up around that and right along inside of here. Bring that back just a little bit, because that's just shading back in there. Is all that is shading for this little candy roll. It comes along right just like that around the curve. Okay, now we're going to leave that be for a moment, and while that's drying, we're going to take that same magenta. I'm going to get my sleeve up out of here, and we're going to fill in this heart right inside of here. I can still see the outline of it. And I'm holding my brush straight up and down in order to get it to do this. And that just got a little wiggle on it as I went around the curve. So we're going to go around the curve again, just like that. Going to do the same thing over here, just bringing it up, standing it straight up on its edge. Bringing it on around, right down into there. And we're going to fill it in with this magenta color here. Bright magenta. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this and mix it in with some white here in a second and make me a, hopefully not too awfully light pink, because if I was wanting to do that, I could just use the light pink that I've already got. I was thinking of maybe adding just a little bit of a brown to it, but I don't want to do that. I want it to stay pretty and white up here at the top for that whipped cream foamy look. Okay, we've got our little heart filled in now. There we go. And then let's see, we're going to take, let's just get just a drop of, I got a drop of gold here that'll come out. One little drop of gold. There we go. Just a tiny drop of gold. One more little drop of white. If I can get it to come out again. Okay. I'm just going to use a different brush. Well, I don't know. I don't really need to keep using this pink though, do I? Not for the moment. Okay. I think we'll just put that in this. And then we're going to take this right here and take a pretty big amount of the white. Now just a nice size amount of the white and the tiniest little touch of the yellow, gold. Because all I'm wanting is to get just a little bit of an off shading here. Yeah, about like that. That'll work. That'll work. And then we're just going to kind of bring it along like that. Let me try this again, get some more of the colors on it. Bring that around. I need to get a little darker color. This is too light. That won't show up from the road, will it? That won't show up at all. So we'll just get a little bit of the gold and we'll just kind of bring that in there with it. Just a little bit of the gold, just bringing it along. Just to show a little bit of the layering in the whipped cream. There we go. That looks fine. That'll be fine. When you see what we're going to do once we start working with the black, that's going to work out perfect. So now that white splattered on there. But that's okay. We're not going to worry about that either. In fact, I think it's probably time to go ahead and start getting the black out and start working with that. So I'm going to rinse this brush off here and get out my black. Tilt that back. Make sure this thing is actually still filming. I know my phone's been giving me some crazy messages. I need to figure out what's up with my storage. So hopefully I just don't up and disappear in the middle of this video, guys. You never know what might happen, actually. Okay. Is this the smallest one I got? Not at all. It's not the smallest one at all. Where's the small one? Yeah, you look smaller. That'll work. Let me get a little drop of that water. Okay. And then I'm just going to outline this straw right here. Just going to bring a line right up the side of it like that. Draw the little curvature at the top of it here. Little black right along the edge there, just like that, so that you can see where it's going to stand out some. Okay, and then we're going to bring another line. I'm trying to keep my hand out of that yellow and the pink. Going to bring another line right up through here. Oops, got a little pink on that one. It's all right. We're not looking for perfection. We're just drawing a line. Okay, so now we've got a little straw sticking out of the top up here. And actually we're going to take the black and we're going to go right along the outside of this and bring it up over here. Bring it right along the inside and give it a little curve. Just like that. There we go. Now I'm also going to make a, let me see, can I see where my little lines were? Comes around right here. Let me see, I'm trying to look through my paint now to see where I've had that at. Had a little design that went back in here. I think it just comes right across the top of where I put this. That's where it's going now anyway. Just like that. And this one's going to go right around here. Come around this way. Connect it right there. Trying to connect it anyway. Yeah, Jessica, I am trying to keep it off of my shirt, actually. I'm trying very hard. I feel very guarded, like I'm trying to lean over, but I'm also worried that I'm going to get it on me. And I should have changed from my work shirt when I got home, and I did not. There we go. So now we've got that. We've got our curves going through it. That looks pretty good for the straw. Okay, and then we're going to take this, and I'm going to turn it just a little bit to try to keep my hand out of that black that I just painted. And I'm going to bring a line. Not touch this magenta down here. Everything's wet. And can you see where I'm at? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Maybe that helps. Move this over here. All right. Now let's try this. This is the top of the cup. We're just going to make a line that comes across right through. Oop. Let me get some more paint. Right through here. And like I said, it doesn't have to be no perfectly straight line. That's all right, just like that. We're going to draw another one right down here underneath it. Get a little more of the black. Well, gonna need a little more of the black. I'm just going to keep dipping into it, I can tell you that. Bring it right up around the edge here. Right down around the edge there. And then we're going to give it a couple of little crimp lines. Trying to reach over the paint now with the brush so that I'm not touching in it. pull my hand this way, that would work. That way it'll work. Hold it up on my other hand. Okay, so now the top of the cup's got the little crimps all on it. We've got our cup, we've got a crimped up cup. I'm going to turn it sideways, or actually I'm going to kind of turn it around this way. How'd that get on there? I don't know, but I'm going to touch that light pink and just rub over top of it with my finger. I'm going to do just a tiny bit of finger painting right there. Cover that white up. There we go. That won't be noticeable. It's going to dry and look just fine. Let me wipe it off my finger. Alrighty. Outline this. Scoot that off of there. Everything's getting on everything. I don't know how that's happening. And I'm tilting this and turning this, trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. I think it's just going to be just commit to the line and draw it. Sometimes you just got to commit to the line and just do it. Just start pulling it out. There we go. Get this going across right through here. And there we are. Bring this over here across this edge all the way. I'm going to do the same thing across the bottom down here. I'm making this just a little bit thicker, and I'm kind of doing that purposely to give it a more of a definition from out near the road. Although, you know, the color itself is quite defining the two different pinks. Here we go. Bring it all the way across right here, just like that. Maybe up just a little around the edge. A little around the edge right there. All right. Now we've got our heart on here. And I'm going to write, I'm trying not to touch the heart. Now I know this is going to look backwards to you guys, but the wording that I'm putting here is the heart is love, and then the wording is you, a latte. Love you, a latte. How cute is that? I know. It's corny, I know. But that's okay. It'll look cute. It'll look cute outside, hanging on the door for Valentine's Day. Gotta bring this around just like that. And I know this is all looking backwards, but that's okay. I'm going to take a picture of it when I get it done and show it to you so you'll be able to see what it really does look like instead of seeing it in this kind of backwards mode. There we go. Love you. Kind of round it out here. Love you, A. And then we're going to print the word latte here. L. And then do a pretty tall looking A. Kind of try to get a smooth bottom there. Sometimes that's a little harder to do. There we go, bring it down. put this a little further down on the bottom as opposed to in the middle. We're going to put a T right here. Under the A. Need to make him a little bit longer right there. And then we'll put another T, just a smaller T, right over here. Bring it down. Try to bring it down to about the same length to where they look even. There we go. And then we're going to make a E right here. Try to steady my hand and bring this around and not make it too awfully thick. There we go. And then extend that out just a little bit past the back side of it. And smooth that down just a little bit in the front. Okay, so we've got that going there. Now we're going to do just a little bit of kind of whimsical things. We're going to put a dot and a dot and a dot and just draw a line. And then right here we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to draw the line. And then we'll do dot, dot, dot right here in the middle. Get a little more of the black. And we're going to just bring it on down, just like that. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to, no, wait a minute, let's put a dot and a dot and a dot right there and bring this across and let it meet that. There we go. And we're going to put 3 dots at the top. And they don't have to be perfectly round. Nothing says anything has to be perfectly round. We're just going to bring this down to almost to the bottom, and then we're going to put a couple of more dots at the bottom. Dot, dot, dot. A little across the line there. Little line here. Dot, dot, dot. I'm just dotting them up. Turn this for me just a little bit. Make it a little easier to color. I'm coloring, guys. I tell you, sometimes I do. I feel like I'm a kid. And I am up here just coloring and having fun. And you guys are just with me here, and we're having a good time. Or at least I hope you are. I know I am. I always have a good time when I get up here and get started painting and just doing things. It's always fun. Now let's see. This one maybe we're going to do just a little different. Maybe we'll do dot, dot, dot right here on the side, since we've kind of got a line right there. And then we'll put 3 dots at the top, and we'll put a line in the middle of them. Let me just kind of bring that down a little further. There we are. Love you a latte. 3 more dots here. Bring a little line right there. Now I think we're ready to do a little outline on the heart. No, we're not gonna. Oh, Janet. I should have used my flat brush and stood it straight up. It drew it so easy. There we go. Just bring it on down. Don't get too technical with it. When you start getting too technical with it, then it doesn't work right. When you start worrying about it, you can see it. So you gotta have fun with it. It's not about being perfect. It's about having a good time and enjoying what you're doing. So we're gonna put a dot and a dot and a dot right in the middle of that heart. Since we're dotting things tonight anyway, that black over here is already almost dry, and I'm trying to avoid dragging my hand into the black paint somewhere over here on the side. So that's making it just slightly challenging for me. But you know what? I always enjoy a challenge. Paint upside down, paint backwards, whatever it is. We're going to have fun doing it. There we go. That's good enough, guys. Definitely good enough. Okay, so the only other thing that I wanted to do here was to take... Where is that? I don't have my little stamper up here. I don't know if that would do it. Maybe I'll just use this little brush. And we're going to make some little hearts right up in here. We're going to put a little heart and just fill that in. We'll put one here. Just filling it in. A couple of the dark red ones. Maybe put one over here. Let me see, I'm trying to hold my hand up. Bring it down just a little peeky bit. Just a peeky bit. There we go. Maybe we'll put one right here. Fill that one in. Bring it down just a little bit for a peek. There we go. I'm going to get a little lighter pink now. Put a couple of the little light pink hearts on here too. Why not? They're cute. Oh, be careful. I just touched that black. Let me use my hand. That's a little harder holding my hand up like that. That made that heart funky looking. Get a little more of a peak at the bottom. There we go. That's good enough. It's a heart. That's all that matters. It's just a cute little heart is all it's got to be. Nothing needs to be perfect. I don't know how well that light pink's going to show up, though, from the road, to tell you the truth. It's awfully light for being... You know what I mean. I might want to... Maybe I'll highlight it with something. I don't know. All right. I'm just trying to wait for this black to hurry up and dry so I can put the white highlight on it, and then we're going to call it done, guys. I think we're getting really close to it. It's looking done to me anyway. Here, we're going to, let's see. Let's take some white. Let's take some white. And put some dots around the heart. And what I'm doing is I'm using the tip, the back end of my paintbrush as a dotting tool. And no, it's not going to make each one of them absolutely perfect, but it does a pretty good job for just making quick little dots. Bring it on around. And let's do the same thing right over on this side of it. You can always hear the sirens when I'm on. So I live between a fire station, a police station, and a hospital. So it's not that it's a terrible area. It's just that I'm right where all of the emergency people are. So we get quite a bit of sirens going on down the street here. Well, now come on. There we go. That one got a little bit crookedy crazy, but that's all right. I'm just going to keep moving with it here. I'm very close to getting it done. I want to highlight the lettering. And I think that that's all I have left to do. I might be able to do that on most of it, on most of the spots. Let's see, we can just put it some white right here. Put a little bit of white right here on the O. Let me see, maybe a little more right there. Right on that part of it. U. On the front of the A. On the long side of the L. On the long side of the A, of course. It's getting a little too thick. I needed it to be a thinner line. Well, I can always go back and use my paint pens later and thicken up the black behind it on the sides of it, which I will. And then I'll take a picture for you all and show you how it turned out. Because we are about to call it done for the day. I think it looked real cute. I think it turned out nice. I like how it looks. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Let me see, I see one thing I do want to fix. Right in there. There, give that little bit of shading back. There we go. All right, guys. I'm calling this a done deal. I love you, Latte. I think that turned out pretty cute. I've got a really cute bow that I'm going to put on it that's black and white. Where did I set that at? Right here. I'm going to put a little hanger at the top of it. I'm going to put this pretty bow at the top of it right here with the black and white on it. I'm going to hang that on the door for Valentine's Day. I think that turned out really cute, don't you? Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.